Yo, what's good, you sexy bastards? Welcome to StellaCrew Gaming, where we bend the code and break the mold. Let's get it.
What is good, you sexy bastards? Welcome back. It is SCG with a brand new video for you today. Today's video, we're going to be showing you the beginner's guide to BEFF for 2025. Now we are on to part 3. Part 3, we're going to be doing our C1 merges. So we're going to get the logos that we want on our C1. If you haven't watched my previous videos on how to create the C2 keep and also how to get the whole setup going with NextDNS, make sure you do go back and watch that. This will work with the ARCAI router as well if you are on Xbox. So I do have videos also on those. I will leave them all in the description. So what we're going to be doing here now is building our C1. So for the C1, we want to basically put the logos that we want on the final outfit onto our C1. So in my previous video scene, I'm going to be doing the Japanese logos. So I actually don't need any logos on my C1, but I'm going to show you how to do it if we're going to be doing the racing logos or if we're going to be doing the biker logos. So if we do go into our outfits here and on our C1, we want to make sure we're going to put either the racing suits. So any of these logos that we want, this is going to be our C1. So if I want the green racing suits, that's going to be my C1. If I want the biker suit logos, any of these logos here, this is going to be my C1. So pick the logos that you want. If we're doing something from a special hoodie or something like that, as I mentioned before, they're usually going to be a texture 0. So I don't actually need anything on my C1. I could just do something like this. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you both just so you can get the idea of how it works. Now, I do have my saved outfits already. I have my C2 Japanese already. This is my C2 keep that I will be using. I also just made a quick C2 logo. So this is my C2 keep if I was doing the racing logos. As you can see, I've got the Dinka logos on here from the gray racing suit. Now, normally you would just have the navy racing suit logos on this, but because I have a logo magic slot, I just use that quickly just so I can give you an idea of how it works. But what we'll do is we'll do a flip here first with the, let's do the green racing suit since we already described that. So if I'm doing the green racing suit here, okay, I'll get these ones here. I'm going to put this as my C1. So I'll make this up here as my C1. Whoops, C1. Okay, so again, this is going to give us the final result of these logos on our console 1 outfit, C1 outfit, which will end up on the final outfit once we are done everything. So we have that, and then our C2 is going to be that one that I showed you there that I just made with my logo slot. So that's going to be this one here, C2 logo. And then what we need is we need something in our merge slot to be able to have a high texture, which will be our final kind of C1 building outfit. So I like to use the Sand Gun Running t-shirt. There is multiple shirts you can use for this. It just has to be a higher texture than whatever your texture or your C2 is. So for me, because I'm using that vest, that's a texture 0 on C2, I can pretty much have anything I want on my C1 as long as it's not a texture 0. So it could be a texture 1 and above. So if I pick some of these shirts, as long as they have a higher texture, it doesn't matter. Some people like to use the old shirts. If you look at the old videos that we used to use the... where are they here? Sweaters, shirts. I think I might have passed it already. Shirts. No, that's not it. T-shirts. I want t-shirts. Where's the other t-shirts? Even tank tops. So sometimes, depending on the outfit and what you have for pants, you might want to use a tank top. So you could use any of these tank tops here. I usually just use the red tank top. But any of these tank tops will work. And is it red tank top I usually use? I think so. Been a while. Actually, no. I think you got to do one of the striped ones because they have a higher texture. But you can always check save editor and that make sure it's a higher texture. Or where is it here? Sorry, I'm just kind of rambling now. T-shirts. T-shirts, t-shirts, t-shirts. Where are they? There's so many clothing now. Okay, here it is, t-shirts. So some people used to use these old t-shirts here, like this red t-shirt, the yellow t-shirt. You can still use those if you want. Again, it just has to be a higher texture than your console too. So I like to use a sand gun running. That's just my go-to shirt. So I always use that because I know it's a texture 19. So pretty much whatever is going to be on your C2 keep should have any issues merging whatsoever on your final outfit. Okay, so that's gonna be my merge slot. Pants and everything else we're not gonna worry about right now. Once you get used to this, you can start to merge other things at the same time. Like if you were picking just pants off of the shelf, you could also merge your pants. So this way you'd already have your pants and your shirt on your C1 outfit. But that's as you get more experience, those are things you can start to do and merge together. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pick my C1 outfit that we had here. Again, these are the logos that I want. I'm going to use my parachute, my Israel parachute, put that on, force my save in the bottom right-hand corner. Once I have that save, we can go into Creator and move on to our C2. All right, so here we are now loading in our console 2. Now, all we need to do is simply select our console to keep outfit. So again, because I'm doing the racing logos, I'm going to make sure that I pick my C2 logo keep that I've created. So we're going to go into my appearance and we're going to go C2 logo. Okay. So once I selected those, we should get a save in the bottom right-hand corner. And from there, we can simply go back to story or go back to the main menu. And we are done on our console 2. All right, so now that we're back on our C1, we are still sitting in Creator. We want to make sure that we get the 2 alerts that it has been restored and our friends list does populate. So right now it's not quite doing that. There we go. Should get a secondary alert here any second. Sometimes I just go back in here and then it'll give it to me. There we go. Okay, so now we can go into a new invite only session and we're just gonna, excuse me, force our save again one more time on our C1 and then we'll go back in to do the final merge. Here we are. We should still be wearing the C1 outfit that we started with. We're going to go ahead and take our parachute off and get our save in the bottom right-hand corner. Go back to story or the main menu and then go back into a new invite-only session and join your friend in the G thing or the slow and low and slow, whatever it is. Either one to do our merge, and that will be our C1 outfit started. Okay, so as you see, when we load in, we should be wearing the patch-started vest with the racing pants and our logos. That means that it has merged properly at this point. So now we just want to join our friend, and we're going to merge on the sand gun running t-shirt, and then we're going to use that as our C1 outfit. And that's the outfit we're going to build to give us the final result of whatever outfit we're trying to achieve. And again, that's going to make sure that we have those green racing logos on the final resulted outfit. Here we are. So I'm going to go once to the left, once to the right. And now I have those logos on the sand gun running t-shirt along with the cargo pants. And again, those are going to be changed later, but this is just to kind of give us the starting point for our C1. And then we'll continue to build it from here. So make sure you guys watch the full series on how to do this part by part. Now we can save this outfit. This is going to be our C1. So I'll just change it over here. We'll go C1 logo. And we continue to build our outfit from here. So what I'm going to show you next is I'm going to show you now how to do the Japanese logo. Okay, so we've saved this outfit. We're going to do the Japanese logo now, and I'm going to show you what we need to do for that one. Again, because it is a 0 texture, we don't have to put any kind of logos on the first outfit. Okay, so here we are now. As you can see, like I said, I've saved the C1 logo slot. So we have the green racing suit logos on now our C1 outfit that we're going to continue to build from here. So I can go ahead and change the pants. If I'm doing pants off the shelf, I can just put the pants on. We're going to merge the shoes. We're going to merge the belts, the gloves. We're going to do everything step by step. So for the next video, we're going to be doing the shoes. So comment down below what you guys want to see for shoes on the next outfit. Maybe we'll do this for every video. You guys can comment, and the comment with the most likes we'll use in that video, and we'll build some crazy random outfit. Why not? Just for fun. So the next video we'll do shoes. So comment what shoes you want to see on this final outfit, and we'll do that in the next video. Now, if I'm going to be doing the Japanese logos, which I am going to be, I do not need to put any logos on my C1. So I can actually just take this merge outfit that I started here, and this could be my C1. All I need is a San gun running t-shirt, and this could be my C1 because the Japanese logos that I'm using has a 0 texture. So again, I do not need anything on here. Now that would work the same way as if you were going to do the biker or the racing suit logos. If you're going to be doing, where is it here? If you're going to be doing the biker suit, if you want the green biker suit, you don't need any logos on your C1 because this is the texture 0. So this is texture 0, this is 1, 2, 3, and so on. So because 0 is a default, you don't have to worry about any logos on your C1. Same thing works for the racing suit. So if I want the Navy racing suit, I don't need any logos on my C1. As long as my C2 has one of these type of logos, doesn't matter which one it is, as long as my C2 has one of those, it will work for that default logo. So that's how it's going to work for the Japanese logos. Because I have my C2 that I already created, the Japanese, it has these logos on it. All I need to do is just pick a regular outfit like this for my C1 and start building it. So if I want just pants from the shelf, I could just go ahead and put the jeans on that I want. Let's say I want these on my final outfit. I could merge shoes, merge gloves, and the logos will transfer over when we do our final merge for the torso too. Okay, so that's the cool thing with some logos, you really don't need a lot of setup for the C1. You could just leave it as default and then kind of build it from there. All right, so that's it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it. This is how we make our C1 outfit and make sure we get the logos on the final result. And so again, we're going to be doing the Japanese ones. So I could just leave this outfit like this. Next video, we'll start merging the shoes and we'll continue from there. So again, drop down below what shoes you want to see. The shoes with the most likes are the shoes I will pick for the part 4 video, and we'll continue on with this series. I hope you enjoyed. Until the next one, stay sexy, happy glitching, peace out.
Yo, what's good, you sexy bastards? Welcome to StellaCrew Gaming, where we bend the code and break the mold.